a failure
to address current events at the time. However, the label remained in place until July 2025. A large permanent gallery like the American Presidency that opened in 2000 requires significant amount of time and funding to update and renew. A future and updated exhibit will include all impeachments. Okay, so well enough. The question is, how long does that take? Do they get around to that? Will we hear 18 months from now that the new exhibit is open and it features 2 impeachments against Donald Trump? Or will it somehow not happen until his term is over? The White House response to this is, we are fully supportive of updating displays to highlight American greatness. The Trump administration will continue working to ensure that the Smithsonian removes all improper ideology and once again it unites and instills pride in Americans. You know, what's interesting about that, when you say that, is back in March, the executive order he signed really went after this idea of the Smithsonian in particular. You need to not be putting history out there that we consider improper ideology. Well, bear in mind, Donald Trump has said all along his impeachments were frauds, that they were witch hunts, that it was all unfair. So it's easy to see the jump there to say, well, you can't have anything about that because those weren't real. We don't like those.
we don't like
those.
those.
Except critics of the Trump administration? No, the White House is saying
Whoever thought it was good, especially the African American people who voted for him.
Kind of unupdating. I mean, people can say what they wish, but we can also see what we see.
Yeah. So this executive order, when it comes to the Smithsonian, this is just one of the efforts that we've seen from this president, from this administration, to target some institutions that generally a president leaves alone.
Yeah, generally you let the Smithsonian run the Smithsonian. In this case, he's put J.D. Vance in position to have a say over that. He's tried to get the Washington Commanders football team to go back to their previous name of the Redskins, saying, oh, that should absolutely be done. They're talking about renaming part of the Kennedy Center for the Trump family. And of course, the law firms he's gone after, the universities he's gone after. Yeah, this president, more than any president in my lifetime, more than any modern president, is sticking his fingers into a lot of places, including private companies, and saying, you have to do it my way. The question is, will that stick? Will it hold up? And what?
Yeah, this is crazy.
Tom Foreman, appreciate the reporting.
Rewriting history, the Washington Post reports the Smithsonian removed references to President Trump's 2 impeachments from an exhibit. Now, according to the Post, Rewriting history, the Washington Post reports the Smithsonian removed references to President Trump's 2 impeachments. The Washington Post reports the Rewriting history, the Washington Post reports the Smithsonian removed references to President Trump's 2 impeachments from an exhibit. Now, according to the Post, the exhibit notes that only 3 presidents have seriously faced removal, a reference to Andrew Johnson, Bill Clinton, and Richard Nixon. The museum told CNN that a future exhibit will include all impeachments. Not future exhibit.
He said the what?
Told CNN that a future exhibit will include all impeachments. Not future exhibit. A future exhibit when the White House is in the children of America will just have to pretend like the last 10 years never happened. I don't know.
Wow.
It's happening just not in the Smithsonian. It's stuff happening everywhere, right? Florida is in the middle of doing this. We have to decide as a country, do we think it's better for our kids to be armed with all the best information, the best facts, to be able to tackle a world that they'll...
These kids are already confused. They are really going to be confused. They'll never know the truth.
So they walk into the world without knowing the history they need to know in order to compete.
I say that all the time, like, how ignorant do we want our children to be? It's like, oh, you learned real facts? Well, I learned Florida facts. So I don't know that slavery existed, or I don't know that Donald Trump was impeached. That's not a way to live as a country. It's certainly not a way to educate our children. But ultimately, I think at the end of the day, this is a White House that's willing to change history, willing to change facts based on the needs and will of the president. Why would you scoff? That's literally what we just read. He asked this Smithsonian. Right? Oh, okay, so your teacher teaches you that 3 presidents were impeached, and you're supposed to go on the internet and say, was my teacher right? Oh, it really was 4. No, that's not how it works, Scott. The White House, I'm
blowing it out of proportion.
Imagine if another president...
He okay with the lies.
Oh, it really was 4. No, that's not how it works, Scott. The White House, I'm blowing it out of proportion. Can you absolutely imagine?
Wow, where are they finding these people? Oh, from jail, from prison. Oh, he makes fun of it. Oh, wow.